Hello and welcome back to London on this very hot and humid day. I've just been to the offices of Gekko Global Markets where I've been catching up with Anita Paluch and I've been discussing all things Germany with her. I just want to pick the bones out of the ZEW survey that we saw recently. There does seem to be some optimism for the second half of the year for Germany, but I don't see where it's coming from. Do you have any ideas?
Well, it's true. If you look at the sentiment index from yesterday that has been published, we can definitely see that there is some pickup in the optimism, which is a good news. It clearly shows that Germany is on the good path to recovery. However, if we look at the current situation, the estimates of the current situation, we can see it's not that good. So this might indicate that the recovery won't be that quick, so it might be actually slower. But yeah, definitely there is room for growth, and the second half of the year should be better.
But where? It's not like we're suddenly going to see countries like France and Spain pick up in terms of growth, and those are the Eurozone is Germany's main export market. So where does the growth come from?
Right. Yeah, it's true. However, we have to also pay attention to the fact that Germany is slightly different from other economies of Eurozone. Germany is the biggest one, is the strongest one. It has always been considered as the engine of growth, whereas France has got problems on its own that has to fight with, whereas Germany has not got those problems. Germany is more focused on production, so it has strong production base. This is something that helps, and we see Eurozone is not the only export partner for Germany. It has partners in China, in Asia. So
but China's slowing down as well.
That's true. However, if we look at the numbers, it's still very good numbers, high numbers of growth, and it's true that there is some concern that the commodity cycle, super cycle, may actually slow down, come to an end, but it's still much higher than the growth in Eurozone.
Yep. So what else are investors focused on at the moment? I mean, it's just been tapering mad recently. Is it a case that we're all waiting to hear what Ben Bernanke says?
Well, if we look at the today's price action in the markets, that's definitely true. Everyone is kind of holding on in wait-and-see mood, and yeah, Bernanke is definitely the person, the most desired person. Everyone is looking what he's got to say. We have to consider the fact that Fed is the most important player in the treasury markets, and since the release of the non-farm payrolls in May, we have seen much more activity in terms of the tapering talk. So if we compare how much it has been mentioned, it has been mentioned a lot. So it's quite important to see what Bernanke says, what Fed has got to say, and in terms of interest rate decision, there shouldn't be anything really market moving. However, what's more important to look at is the fact whether the growth forecasts from Fed are going to be updated, and if they are going to be updated, where it's going to lead us.
And just to finish off the DAX, how are you expecting that to move over the coming weeks, and indeed as we head into the summer period where generally things do quieten down?
Yeah, the DAX is kind of performing quite well if we consider the whole Europe. What's so interesting about DAX is the fact that it likes to outperform the markets when they are going up, and also if they are underperforming, it's going the other extreme. But in general, as I previously said, Germany is doing quite well, so therefore DAX should also be doing quite well.
Well, thank you to Anita. It's always useful to get a roundup of what's happening in Germany. Coming up on Dukascopy TV, we'll have more from Gekko Global Markets, where I'll be speaking to Akshay Kapoor, who's got some quite outrageous views on what's going to happen to the Fed. But for now, goodbye.